life is like a journey along a stable path, guided by natural curves that help us move forward with balance and purpose. But when those curves bend further than they should, the road to a healthy and wealthy life is interrupted.
The good news is that we do not have to walk that journey alone. Your family, friends, healthcare professionals like myself, and even the kindness of strangers can provide the support, protection, and the guidance we need to overcome illness and bring more strength and structure to our lives.
And that is what Wellness is Wealth is all about. By sharing reliable information, practical advice, and inspiring stories, we hope to help you make better decisions for your health and well-being. I'm Pier Pastor. Hosting with me again today is Dr. Ryan Buendia, an interventional cardiologist from St. Luke's Medical Center, BGC. Welcome and good Sunday morning, everyone. This is
Wellness is Wealth.
Today, we take a closer look at a condition that affects the shape of the spine and the course of many lives: scoliosis. Scoliosis is an abnormal curvature of the spine which can be present at birth or may be developed over time. Research shows that 2 to 3% of the population of adolescents worldwide are affected with this condition, being more common among females than males. The spine can curve to the right or to the left and in different parts of the back. In most cases, the condition is mild and goes unnoticed. In others, it can progress over time, affecting posture, balance, movement, and overall quality of life.
If left unchecked, severe scoliosis may cause the vertebrae to rotate, compress nearby structures, and even affect the function of the lungs, the heart, and other internal organs. From diagnosis to her advocacy through the Scoliosis Philippines, we share the story of how corrective surgery helped Christine Serenedo Santos straighten her spine and her path to better life.
Grade 6 noon si Christine Santos nang mapansin ng kanyang ina na hindi pantay ang kanyang likod.
Aabay kasi ako sa kasal, so napansin ng mother ko na hindi pantay yung shoulder blades ko.
Pero hindi siya nakapagpagamot kaagad. She was in the province at that time and she and her family opted to try several traditional methods. Matapos ng 2 taon, nagpatingin na si Christine sa orthopedic doctor. She was told that her scoliosis was severe and she was already advised to have it operated. Pero binigyan din naman sila ng isa pang option, ang paglalagay ng Milwaukee braces. Isa itong traditional full torso orthosis para umano mapigilan ang progression ng kanyang scolio. 4 na taong tiniis ni Christine ang pagkakaroon ng braces na suot niya 23 hours a day. Hinuhubad lamang ito para makapaligo. Bukod sa sobrang physical discomfort, kasama niyang pinagdaanan ang pambubuli ng iba dahil sa kanyang braces.
Mabigat siya. Yung nandito kasi, semento yun eh. So, nandito siya sa mismong abdomen ko. Yes, yung semento na iniikot, yung parang naka-gauge mo na tapos tapos may bakal dito, may mga straps depending on kung saan yung sa bone. So may mga straps dito, may semento dito, tapos meron dito, may headrest dito. Ang init-init, naka-jacket ka, tapos kapag wala kasing shirt inside, may mga bruises naman siya. Kasi 23 hours, yes, yung pawis, yung lahat na. So, ang hirap niya talaga. Ang bigat niya din. Kunyari, lalabas ka lang, tapos sabihin na, ayan na si E-Girl, ayan si Transformers, ayan na si Bumblebee. Tapos kapag pupunta ka sa bagong place, so titignan ka nila.
Umabot sa punto na nahirapan ng huminga si Christine. When she went back to the doctor, sinabing kailangan na talaga niya ang operasyon. Nagdala ito ng takot at pangamba sa pamilya dahil sa common knowledge na delikado at maselan ang operasyon sa spine. But she bravely went through it. She had her spine operation in 2015.
Kasi in-explain sa amin, if it's a normal scoliosis, not really severe, like 1 to 2 degrees per year. But for me, yun nga, more than 5 degrees per year. So imagine if maybe 40 years old, ano na, oo, so sobrang kuba na. So in-explain sa amin yung mangyayari kapag hindi kami nagpa-surgery.
Mabilis na nakarecover si Christine from her operation sa tulong ng kanyang pamilya, lalo na ng kanyang ama, na inalalayan siya na parang baby na nagsisimulang maglakad matapos ng kanyang operasyon. Tinanggap na ni Christine na merong lifetime scar na parang zipper sa kanyang likod, dala ng pagsasaayos ng kanyang gulugod. Ipinaalam din sa kanya na may naiwan pang 20 degrees na nakabaluktot sa kanyang spinal column. Hindi pa alam ni Christine kung muli pa bang babalik ang kanyang scoliosis, pero ang mahalaga sa ngayon ay maayos na ang kanyang posture at pakiramdam.
Number one improvement, I think, with my mental health. Kasi they would say, you're much more positive looking, confidence. Kasi I remember when I look at the mirror, hindi na siya nakaganon. Kita ko yung difference na, medyo tumangkad din ako kasi na ano yung spine. Oo. So, kumbaga parang, straight na ako. Yan, parang ganon, hindi ko na kailangan mag-wear ng braces. Although, sabi nga nila, forever na tong titanium sa loob. But it doesn't really bother me.
Ayun. Nung nakausap natin siya, Doc, talagang hirap na hirap siya at masyado siyang apektado dun sa pambubuli because of the braces.
Young lady.
Yes, yes.
Confidence talaga din.
Okay. Now, joining us this Sunday morning is Dr. Buenaventura Benitez Canto IV, or Dr. Bruce. Dr. Bruce is a consultant and board-certified orthopedic surgeon specializing in orthopedic spine surgery at Makati Medical Center. He pursued advanced spine fellowship training in Germany and Japan and is an active member of the Philippine Spine Society and the Philippine Orthopedic Association. Welcome to Billionaire News Channel, Doc.
Hi, thank you, Ms. Pierre. Thank you, Dr. Ryan, for having me.
Yes.
Tama-tama kasi it's June, it's Scoliosis Awareness Month. So it's very
Yes,
good that
yes.
you're having me. Timing, that's right. Yeah.
Yes, okay. Doc, but before we discuss further, no, yung scoliosis mismo, ano po ba ang healthy spine? What is healthy spine if we describe it?
So the spine kasi serves as the main pillar for our body, no? So it's composed of 33 bones. You have the cervical, thoracic, and lumbar. And hindi naman straight yung spine natin, no? If you look at the patient from the front, medyo diretso siya. But from the side, there are curves that have to be present all the time, no? You have the cervical lordosis, thoracic kyphosis, yung paganon, and then yung most importantly, yung most affected sa atin, the lumbar arch or lordosis, di ba? So those are the curves that have to be there, no?
All right.
So, but when the patient has scoliosis, no, yun yung tinatawag na abnormal bending. So from behind, you see the patient at nagbe-bend siya ng ganyan. That's how you know, that's what you say that the patient has scoliosis already.
Okay. Doc, you can see it right away if just looking at the patient
Yeah,
that
so
he has scoliosis.
it depends, no, on the degree or the curve. Sometimes, this is how we get the patients sa clinic. Minsan, napapansin ng pasyente ng relatives, no? Either the mom or the brother can notice that, you know, your shoulders are even. Sabihin na yung balikat nyo hindi masyadong pantay. Or sometimes the rib hump, no, or the shoulder is actually more prominent on one side when they're bending down, no? So dadalhin ng magulang yung anak nila sa amin, and then pag ganyan, that's when we can do x-rays and diagnose it talaga officially.
All right. Now, okay. So, yun nga, Doc. So, pagtingin mo nyo pa lang, di ba, nakikita na kagad na meron siyang scoliosis.
That's
So,
right.
ano yung, Doc? Meron bang discomfort na nararamdaman yung patient mismo?
Most curves, most mild curves are asymptomatic. Walang nararamdaman ng pasyente. It's kapag nakatingin sa salamin, napapansin, it's more on inspection, no? Nakikita niya yung sarili niya, medyo hindi pantay yung balikat niya sa salamin and stuff like that. Doon sila na-alarm or nako-concern. Before it becomes painful or it manifests with pain, talagang malala na yung scoliosis niya. So, that's how it can go undetected sometimes, no? Pag medyo mild kasi, walang pain, walang symptoms kasi
I
siya.
see. Okay.
Then, what are the early signs, Doc, aside from yung posture and all for the patient, no? What are the other signs that the relatives or the patient herself can see bago siya mag-suspect na may scoliosis?
Siguro for older patients or yung mga teenagers na, di ba, when they go to school, mapapansin nila na yung pain nila, that discomfort, sometimes it's one-sided. No? Minsan, mas masakit sa right side kaysa sa left side after sitting for prolonged periods of time, no? Habang nasa school sila. Minsan naman yung sa pagsusot nila, meron actually yung tinatawag na stripe fit check. No? I don't know if you've seen that. Na mga striped shirts. And then pag nakita nila na yung horizontal stripes sa t-shirt, medyo nagtatabingin ganyan. That's another way of the people are trying to come up with to diagnose scoliosis as well. But really, it's a very, very silent disease. It's very, very, that's why it's hard for us to diagnose. No? It goes unnoticed. That's why sa amin, sometimes we try to give school screening. At a very, very young age, we try and make them, ang tinatawag na forward bending test. No? Yung mga estudyante, we make them bend forward. May konting asymmetry lang or rib hump na. Yung sabihin, you're already positive ka na for possible scoliosis. Then we advise x-ray already.
Alright. Doc, kanina you mentioned there's pain somewhere.
Yes.
So what causes that pain, Doc?
The pain is more from actually the lifestyle ng pasyente. So even patients without scoliosis, kapag matagal nakaupo, di ba, you cannot maintain good posture for more than an hour. Actually, it's been studied, no? 45 minutes lang of sitting, talagang nag-iiba na yung upo ng pasyente. So, and then you start having muscle strain, low back pain, and all that. For patients with scoliosis, siguro mild to moderate curves, mas sooner, no? They start feeling pain more, mas maaga, earlier, mas madaling mapagod yung likod nila. At the same time, it's usually one-sided nga, hindi yung pantay, no? Parang hindi diffuse na left and right, pantay yung pain. Parang mas may predilection sa isang side, yung masakit niya, and then mapapansin talagang, may konting asymmetry or hindi pantay yung balikat. So that's how we diagnose it sometimes.
There are two patterns, the C-shape and the S-shape. Aside from the shape, Doc, what are the differences aside from the shape in terms of the scoliosis?
So when you actually look at the patient, pwede ngang C-shape kasi ibig sabihin isang side lang yung ganyan. Pag sinabing S-shape, parang more or less pantay siya.
Gumaganon-ganon din
So
ako.
actually sa amin, there are actually 3 curves, no? We look at the proximal, yung curve near sa cervical area, and then yung main thoracic, yun yung dito sa may chest area, and then yung TL or thoracolumbar curve, yun yung nandito sa mga bandang lower back na. So there are always 3 curves present, no? Depending on which curve is bigger, no? Ang pinaka-common usually yung dito sa may thoracic. Kung yun ang mas malaking curve talaga, magmumukhang C-shape yung pasyente. Kung usually nasa lumbar or TL yung curve na mas malaki, mapapansin nyo, hindi siya kumukurba, pero yung ulo niya off-center. Nawawala siya sa gitna ng pelvis. Diba? So diretso siya, pero nawawala. Diba? Para siyang, alam mo, nakasakay sa jeep, yung parang nakaganyan. So medyo off-center yung head. So you know that the TL curve is usually the major curve per se. So, and then we, based on these 3 curves, on the measurements, kung saan ang major or saan ang minor curve, then we have a classification. Then we know that it's a certain type, and then based on this classification, doon namin nalalaman yung anong klaseng treatment. No?
Ang dapat, ang kailangan.
How do you measure the curve, Doc? By X-ray or paano ba?
We make use of what we call a Cobb angle. So exactly right, we take full X-rays of the whole spine, standing X-rays, so front view and side view. Ang Cobb angle, we measure that by taking the pinaka-tilted proximal or higher segment, spine segment, yung pinakatabingi, and then yung lowest pinaka-tilted segment as well, and when we measure that angle, no? That Cobb angle is more or less a measure of the degree of the curvature or how severe the curve is.
Alright.
And based on that degree, doon namin nakaklasify as either mild, moderate, or severe.
O yan. So pag pinabayaan natin, Doc, yan, kahit ano ang pwede mangyari. But before you answer that, we also need to take a short break. Stay tuned. This is Wellness is Wealth.
Wellness is wealth.
Prolonged sitting, tech and screen time, and the wrong pair of shoes, among others, can cause bad posture. Although bad posture does not cause scoliosis, experts say it can accelerate the progression of an existing curve. Scoliosis is a structural issue, while poor posture is behavioral. For our Wellness in Motion, we focus on the latter, which can help manage the condition. Yoga teachers Macy Elarde Fresnosa and Mercedes Pear show us the basics of wheel yoga to help deepen stretches, improve mobility of the spine, posture, and self-connection. Yoga is an ancient practice that deeply connects the mind and the body.
I think I'll enjoy and love the philosophy behind of it because it helps me stay grounded, stay calm, and be steady. So be less reactive when it comes to situations that are sudden.
Today, it is considered a low-impact exercise with high returns. It builds strong core and creates lean muscle. It transforms how you carry and present yourself to the world.
Apart from the physical benefits where our muscles will be trained, more movements, and it helps me also to be aware of my own posture and alignment.
But what if a simple circular prop could help you move better, stretch deeper, and feel stronger? Yoga teacher Macy Elarde Fresnosa demonstrates this age-old practice with a small twist.
Wheel yoga is a practice that uses a circular prop which can enhance movement and experience, and it can make inaccessible movements or postures accessible.
At first glance, it may look like a simple wheel, but this yoga tool has become popular for its ability to help improve flexibility, mobility, and spinal health. Unlike traditional stretching, teacher Macy says the yoga wheel provides support as you move into different positions. It opens the chest, lengthens the spine, and encourages better alignment.
If you want to explore mobility, deep postures such as back bends, it can serve as support. It can also serve as your prop if you want to challenge your strength, your mobility, if you want to challenge your balance.
The yoga wheel can gently massage the muscles along the back. It can release tension in the thoracic spine, the middle part of the back, that often becomes stiff due to poor posture. Standing on the yoga wheel is also an excellent way to progress your practice, as it actively engages deep stabilizer muscles and your core.
So what I can recommend is you get a wheel that is around 1.6 to 1.8 kilograms so that you will be sure that it can support you when you stand here doing balancing postures.
A healthy spine is not just about flexibility, it's also about proper movement. Wheel yoga can be a useful tool when combined with a wheel-rounded exercise program. The key is to start slowly, use proper technique, work with a qualified instructor. But the real magic happens when you step off the mat, when you carry that newfound space and structural balance every day.
When our mind is healthy on a positive note, so we always think good, feel light, feel joyful, it's going to show how we present ourselves again.
So yung choice of seat, bed, pillow, matters. So, right.
Important din yun.
Okay. But this exercise po, yung pinakita natin, can this help scoliotic patients?
Basically, any kind of exercise like yoga or Pilates is beneficial, no, for not just with patients with scoliosis, but all patients, no, with back pain problems and with lumbar problems and all that. So exercises like yoga, they increase your flexibility and your strength, and they improve, no, patients with scoliosis who complain of pain. So that's the benefit for that.
All right. So ito na itanong na po natin kanina, no? How do we measure that curve, Doc? Ulitin na lang po natin. Okay.
So to measure the curve, we take X-rays and then we measure what we call the Cobb angle. No? So we get the most tilted proximal part of the spine on the X-ray, the most tilted lower part, and then we draw a line, and then those two lines we measure the curve between them, and then that's how we measure the degree, no, the angle, the severity of that curve itself.
All right. So hindi natin alam, Doc, kung paano nangyayari yan. But bakit kami? bakit laging babae?
So the most common type of scoliosis, we call it idiopathic, so adolescent idiopathic type. So idiopathic, hindi naman alam, no, kung bakit ganun nagkakaroon ng scoliosis. Hindi siya genetic in a sense na if your father or mother has scoliosis, it doesn't necessarily mean na yung anak magkakaroon. Yeah. I've had patients wherein the father, grandparents, walang scoliosis, tapos yung daughter meron. No?
Okay.
Can it be explained also why females are more prominent, are more common in females than males? So that's the thing. They have not found that gene in our DNA which causes, no, why we have scoliosis in a sense. No?
Okay. So pero, Doc, can carrying heavy things pwede bang maging cause? Like, kunyari, laging mabigat ang backpack, ganyan?
Yeah. So, yun, no, misconception yun. Carrying heavy things or pag matagal bang nakaupo or poor posture. These things they cause pain sa likod. So,
Alright.
napapagod yung muscle. But it does not cause scoliosis, nor does not make scoliosis any worse, no? Not significantly.
I see.
Yeah.
Kung meron ka, Doc, scoliosis, then magbubuhat ka ng mabibigat, walang nakitang...
Hindi. There's no big correlation. Ibig sabihin, hindi talaga proven na kung magdadala ka ng heavy bag sa school, magkaka-scoliosis yung anak nyo.
Or lalala,
Hindi po totoo yun.
Okay.
Let's discuss the type of scoliosis, Doc. How is it being diagnosed?
So, scoliosis has siguro 4 main types. The one I mentioned was the adolescent type or the idiopathic. That's the most common type. I see maybe 80% of patients with scoliosis have that type. No?
Okay.
There's another one called congenital. Ito naman, yung buto sa spine, hindi normal lang nag-develop. So, imbis na square shape siya, makita mo, hindi pa pinapanganak, failure to develop, medyo wedge already. So, pag wedge, and then the rest are all square shape, pag panganak yan, may scoliosis na.
Ano yung square, Doc? At saka yung wedge?
So, if you look at the bones of the spine, from the front or from the side, the vertebral body is more like a squarish type, no?
Okay.
And then it's on top of one another, no? So, para siyang blocks. So, pag sinabing congenital, usually the block is not a full block.
Nung pinanganak siya.
Nung pinanganak siya, para siyang triangle, or minsan may triangle na dikit-dikit. So this is what we classify as congenital. The other one is called neuromuscular. Ibig sabihin, associated naman din siya with neurologic or muscular problems such as cerebral palsy. Ibig sabihin, tight yung muscles ng pasyente, kaya tuloy nahihila yung spine, kaya nagkakaroon ng curve or scoliosis.
I see.
And the last type is yung tinatawag na degenerative. Ibig sabihin, wala kang scoliosis nung bata ka, pero habang tumatanda at lumiliit yung mga tinatawag nating discs, hindi pantay-pantay, nagkakaroon ka na ng kurba sa likod. So that's the degenerative scoliosis type.
Okay, now, Doc. Pag pumunta sa hospital, anong ginagawa to detect it or to diagnose it?
So when I see the patients at the hospital, usually either may x-ray na, or kung wala, we take x-rays. And then doon natin nalalaman kung ano yung type, ano yung degree or severity. And then from then, ma-advise na namin yung pasyente on what we can do and how we can move forward.
Okay. So yung Doc, so may x-ray. And then
So we do x-rays, usually x-rays lang, we do examination, we do physical examination, pinapabend namin yung pasyente. Minsan, we have such a thing as, it's called a scoliometer. Ibig sabihin, yung degree of rotation ng tilt ng likod ng pasyente, mame-measure din natin. For some cases, let's say congenital cases, we sometimes take an MRI also. Kasi doon natin makita kung meron din abnormality sa spinal cord. And if we're doing for, let's say, planning already for surgery or you want to see yung talagang configuration ng buto, we also do CT scan of the whole spine.
Okay. Kanina, Doc, tinanong ko, pagka pinabayaan lang natin to, anong pwede mangyari?
So, pag pinabayaan ang scoliosis, depende rin sa degree ng curve, no? So, if it's mild curves lang at yung pasyente ay already skeletally mature, wala tayong problema. You can just observe or see if there's progression or not. Kasi yung scoliosis niya is an abnormality of spine growth, no? So, kung ang pasyente hindi na tumatangkad at maliit lang yung kurba niya, less than 25 degrees, we usually don't do anything anymore. If it's on the severe side, yung sabihin, any curves more than 45 or 50 degrees, tapos kita nyo yung balikat niya talagang hindi balance yung spine, it's not balanced, mas prone ang curve mag-progress. So kahit 21 years old yan or 31 years old yan, alam natin na over time, palaki ng palaki yung kurba niya. And when you when you neglect that, nagkakaroon ng problems if the curve reaches to about 70 degrees. Sometimes, minsan at 80 degrees, meron na tayong pulmonary function compromise. Nahihirapan na yung pasyenteng huminga. Even more severe, kapag 90 to 100, pati yung heart, no? Nagkakaroon ng heart function, nag-dysfunction na, hirap na, no? Yung injection ng puso, kukulang na. So, what we always say to the patient is if it's severe, it can actually shorten yung lifespan ng pasyente.
Alright.
So it's very, very important to detect these things early so we can catch it.
Doc, yung sinasabi mong 70%, nakaganyan na siya. Ano yung forma ng, or nakikita ba siya sa forma?
Yung we've seen patients with more than 70 degrees, you can really see the asymmetry, yung talagang hindi pantay, no? Na yung head niya nagko-compensate, she's trying to always look for the center of the gravity, tapos yung shoulders niya talagang hindi pantay, and then you can really see the deformity. Kadalasan, patients like this, payat sila, no? Hindi sila yung tumataba masyado. Most of them are really thin.
I see.
Siguro ano lang din, we were not sure why most of them are thin. Siguro nagkakataon ng ganun talaga.
Then, Doc, ganito, of course, when we see patients sa clinics, how do you remove the stigma na natatakot kasi madalas yung patient, kailangan kitang i-refer sa spine surgeon or sa spine specialist. Medyo natatakot yung patient. They're not comfortable going there kasi ang thinking is
Maselan
baka
ang
ma-operan agad.
Yeah.
So how would we be able to, decrease the stigma na it's just good to see a spine surgeon just like you na for them to be educated in how to address scoliosis regardless of the stage.
So thank you, Doc Ryan. So that's really an innate problem, no? Being a spine surgeon, talagang ayaw nilang pumunta sa iyo kasi takot na sila sa spine. Kasi kahit anong gawin sa spine, baka may mangyari, may ma-paralyze sila. Yun ang laging isip nila.
Yes, Doc. Yes, Doc.
But scoliosis is generally is really almost just a variant, no? Madaming pasyente dyan na sa annual PE nila sa trabaho, nagsa-chest x-ray na nakikita may scoliosis, natatakot agad sila. But, it's very, very common to have mild cases of these things and no effect on your lifestyle, no effect on anything. So, to know that, maganda sana pumunta sa spine surgeon para i-reassure kayo na it's not going to be a problem, no?
Yes.
Hindi rin ganun ka-common na ang curve ng scoliosis ay severe, no? Relatively, it can be managed easily. The earlier we get it, kung less than 25 yan or less than 30 yan, and you're a young age or older age na, bracing can help, exercise can help to prevent para hindi na umabot sa point na kailangan kayong operahan.
Okay.
So, I think
Sa medicine, ganun naman lagi. We always have to detect it earlier para yung mas benign ba.
We would know what to do.
All throughout,
That's right.
quality of life pa rin yung hinahanap natin. Yun nga yung lagi namin nakikita sa mga pasyente. Especially, as you mentioned, Doc, yung annual check-up.
That's right.
Usually yan, may x-ray ng chest.
Yeah.
Then doon nakikita, wala pang symptoms. Pero pag in-advise mo yung pasyente, punta ka sa spine surgeon or sa spine specialist.
Hindi mo na pupunta.
Consult. Tendency hindi pupunta eh.
Kasi you will say,
oo.
operahan na siya. Naku, spine.
Oo.
Baka may matamaan.
Yeah.
Takot agad.
Pero
Kasi-
mas madalas sinasabi namin na hindi kailangan operahan kaysa sa operahan. So, ganun na lang. Mas
Okay.
maganda
Pero
siguro.
Doc, may modern ways na din today na talagang maiiwasan yung kinatatakutan namin.
Yes, I think if we catch it early enough and then we're able to do bracing enough early to prevent it from progressing, pwede. Hindi siya abot dun sa point na kailangan siyang operahan. Bracing is very successful, no? We base our practice on there's this landmark study, tinatawag na braced study siya, no, in 2013, na sinasabi niya na bracing versus observation lang, parang 80%, 70 to 75% successful yan, no? Basta suot ng bata yung brace, tama yung age, and then most of the patients, hindi na maabot sa point na kailangan silang operahan. Yeah.
Pero Doc, bago tayo pumunta dun sa ways to treat it, ano ba talaga yung mga cause niyan? I mean, yung napag-aralan nyo na naging dahilan, bakit kaya nagkakaroon ng scoliosis?
So, scoliosis, like I said, idiopathic, we don't know why, we don't know ano, pero the other types nga, alam natin, yung neuromuscular, failure to develop, the spine.
Trauma, Doc, like yung accidents, can it cause?
Trauma, siguro ang trauma kung nagkaroon siya ng fracture sa spine, and then yung pag-heal ng buto, hindi siya normal block shape. Sometimes you have a compression deformity as well.
Okay.
And then yung shape niya ay wedged din. That sometimes can lead to a post-traumatic scoliosis or a degenerative type of scoliosis. We see that happen also, no? Minsan, usually sa mga pasyente may osteoporosis, pag malambot yung buto, tapos nalalaglag or nahuhulog, and then you have a wedge deformity. Usually it's pakuba, if you notice, no? But there are instances wherein tabingi naman yung wedge niya, it causes some sort of scoliosis also as well.
One last na lang, Doc. Yung mga kubang matatanda, nag-affect ba yon sa kanilang scoliosis? Ay, sa kanilang spine?
So yung
Is that scoliosis already?
So yung kuba or yung flexing forward over time, that's called kyphosis naman siya.
I
no?
see.
So kyphosis, ang scoliosis pa side, ang kyphosis
Gumagano din
forward,
ako.
paharap,
Okay.
pa-forward.
I
Yeah.
see. All right. So, we need to take a break first. Keep it here on Billionaire News Channel. You are watching Wellness is Wealth.
Wellness is wealth. That's the richest thing I can hold myself. Wellness is wealth. That's the richest thing I can hold myself.
Hirap pag nagkasakit ng ganyan, Doc.
The
diba?
Spine Health Foundation, a US-based nonprofit organization dedicated to helping people overcome debilitating spinal conditions, states that nutrition is an overlooked component of spine health. Our bones, muscles, and joints require a steady supply of nutrients. So here are the 5 essential vitamins and minerals we all need. As emphasized by the Spine Health Foundation for optimal spine and bone strengthening, no matter your age, we're adding a few ingredient ideas too to add to your daily meals.
Having Greek yogurt parfait, which contains fresh berries and muesli, is a good way to start your day because it provides a powerful combination of essential nutrients that support bone health. According to Spine Health Foundation, there are 5 essential vitamins and minerals to support the life cycle of your bones. First on the list, calcium. To support physiological functions, the body pulls calcium from the bones. If you don't have enough, the skeletal system may weaken and become fragile. The recommended calcium intake varies depending on age and sex, but most adults require 1,000 milligrams per day. For a calcium boost, aside from dairy products like milk and yogurt, sprinkle sesame seeds or chia seeds to your dishes. They do more than just add nutty flavors. They are rich sources of plant-based calcium. These small additions to your plate go a long way. Next, vitamin D for calcium absorption. Even if your calcium intake is sufficient, if it does not get absorbed, then it cannot do its job. Combine calcium-rich food with egg yolks and shiitake mushroom. Magnesium also enhances the absorption of calcium. Mix in pumpkin or sunflower seeds and nuts like cashews and almonds, not only for added crunch, but for an increased magnesium in the body. Vitamin K deficiency can lead to severe bone health issues. Vitamin K2, particularly, according to one study, increases bone density and promotes bone quality. Fermented foods are excellent sources of vitamin K2, such as the natto, a fermented soybean and staple in Japanese cuisine. Aged cheese like brie, Gouda, and Camembert contain more vitamin K2 and calcium than fresh cheeses. Last but not least in the bone health essentials list, omega-3 fatty acids to reduce inflammation. Fatty fish like mackerel and tuna plus caviar are excellent sources of omega-3 fatty acids. So does sardines with fresh salad and whole grain bread sound good? Or sushi topped with caviar and sesame seed?
Okay, so tinatakam lang tayo ng
Nakakagutom tuloy, no? Parang
yung
sarap
video.
kumain ng Japanese food.
Okay, pero Doc, tanong ko lang, can these food help strengthen our bones and your spine?
So definitely calcium is what makes our bones strong and healthy as well. So having a good supply going around your body is a good idea, no? But in terms of the scoliosis itself, again, no, hindi naman siya talagang
Konektado.
related.
So hindi siya pwedeng kumain ka ng maraming calcium para
Calcium,
hindi ka
oo.
magka-scoliosis.
Oo,
Mali.
hindi. That's not
okay.
the way it works talaga.
Alright, okay.
Most scoliosis go unnoticed. At what point does scoliosis need treatment and what treatment options are available? So, Doc Bruce, anong mga treatment modalities that the surgeon can offer?
Okay, so again, we classified it as mild, moderate, severe. So usually the cases, yung cob angle o yung sukat na more than 45 degrees tapos hindi pantay, these are the ones that generally progress over time. So ito yung mga talagang kailangan ng treatment. No? So, non-surgical treatment, we usually give physical therapy, no? Either strengthening, no, the usual physiotherapy, or yung tinatawag natin ngayon na Schroth. No, Schroth is a special kind of physiotherapy wherein talagang focus is lessening or preventing the progression of the curves. No, meron silang mga derotation or deflexing na moves na para talagang bumagal yung progression ng kurba. But this is more for minor curves, no? Yung mga malilit lang, hindi severe, no? Kasi konti lang din usually ang change or ang progression, no? And this is also for flexible curves, yung mga curves pa na malalambot na nako-correct pa, no? Another form of treatments probably siguro yung tinatawag na vertebral body tethering, no? Ang VBT or tethering, ito medyo surgical na tong option na to. But what it does is it compared to yung fusion na traditional surgery, it preserves motion, no? Ibig sabihin, gumagalaw pa rin yung spine kahit na merong part ng spine na meron doon na hindi pinipigilan mag-grow, no? VBT is kind of like yung outer curve o yung convex ng side ng curve, lalagyan niya ng parang tali or parang tether. And then so habang lumalaki yung spine, itong portion ng may tether, it doesn't shrink. So nangyayari, habang tumatangkad, pumapantay siya, no?
Okay.
And then finally, yun nga, yung pinaka gold standard is what we call the fusion, no? Yung surgery talaga itself. Yun yung may implants and then may rods and then we try and straighten and also prevent progression.
Okay. Yung ano po niyan, ang tawag doon, effect, Doc, kapag ka naoperahan. Anong nangyayari dyan?
So, the goal of the surgery, number one, is actually to have balance, no? Gusto natin balance yung pasyente, that's one. And second, you want to be able to prevent the progression of the spine, no? At progression of the curve. Ayaw natin na sige pa rin habang tumatagal, lumalala pa rin yung kurba niya. At the same time, you want to support, no, or strengthen the body, no? So the way we do that is we try and measure or dinidetermine muna namin kung kailangan bang mahaba, mahabang segments ang nilalagyan ng bakal or usually isang portion lang, no? Or what we call selective thoracic fusion. Kung selective thoracic fusion, ibig sabihin portion lang ng spine ang kailangan i-correct at magko-compensate na lang yung buong spine para balance yung pasyente. Less segments kasi may natitirang flexibility pa.
Okay.
So these patients usually nakakagalaw pa, no? Motion segments are preserved. And mas normal siguro yung movement sila after surgery.
Okay.
No?
The patient that we have po, yung si Christine, may natira pa po na 30% down there, down.
Yeah.
Bakit po kailangan tirhan?
So I think if I saw the x-ray correct, hindi naman buong spine yung may bakal, no?
Yeah.
Siguro a big portion of the lumbar spine unfused, no? So, kasi, syempre, the more motion sparing your surgery is, the better. Ibig sabihin, ayaw mong lagyan ng bakal yung buong spine kasi mawawala yung mobility niya.
Okay.
So, if you can preserve as much as you can, mas maganda.
I see.
So, yun yung goal talaga. Preserve more mobile function segments.
Then after the operation, Doc, di ba 30%? Naging 20 pa sa next niyang check-up.
I think we're talking about yung curve, no?
Yeah.
So, for example,
After the operation,
yeah, so may pasyente, usually 80 degrees. Talagang kurbang-kurba. Hindi mo naman yan kayang i-correct to 0.
Alright.
Kasi it's very dangerous. Kasi syempre, yung spinal cord din niya, or yung spinal cord which is being protected by the spine niya, ganun din yung nakasanayan niya, na 80 degrees din ang kurba. Kapag ginawa mong 0, yung spinal cord niya, nasi-stretch din.
Pwede
So,
maputol.
pwedeng ma-overstretch and that might lead to, yun nga, baka meron kang neurologic
neuropathy.
deficits or neuropathy or problem. So, maingat din, no? Hindi basta-basta dinidiretso yung spine. You have to plan how much correction is allowed, how much correction is safe. So, sa kanya, sa ating patient, if you
Yes.
see that meron ka pang residual curve of 20 degrees, that's okay. Pero kung tito niyo yung balikat niya, balanse na siya. No? So you achieve the goal of balanced spine, you achieve the prevention of correction, and also, yun nga, less ang pain ng pasyente.
And tumangkad daw siya.
And tumangkad siya. That's right.
Okay.
Yes.
So, gaano katangkad? Baka kasi...
The other thing, Doc, of course, at the end of the day, when they look at the modalities of treatment, di ba, bracing, physical therapy, surgery, sa mga patients niyo, Doc, in terms of quality of life, yung assurance mo ba sa pasyente na when we do this kind of intervention or treatment, what do they expect in terms of getting a good quality of life?
So for the, let's say yung mga pasyente na nagkaroon ng fusion, no, which sabihin may bakal, no, and then let's say they have the selective or even the long fusions, no. Normal, magandang good quality of life pa rin. In other words, hindi ka limited to, kasi yung misconception ng ibang pasyente, Doc, parang robot na yata gumala yung anak ko. Hindi na yata siya makakapag-participate, hindi na yata makakapag-participate in certain sports or certain activities. Or, Doc, baka naka-ano na yan, parang hindi na maka-travel and all that. So that's not true, no?
Yes,
So,
okay.
so you can still have an active life after, no? Talagang yung isa naming pasyente, 1 month after, nagbabike na siya. Or, back to school na. So,
Swim.
swimming is good also. So, there's really a misconception, no? Talagang may stigma na pag na-operan sa likod, nako, mag-iiba
Limited
na ho
na.
yung buhay niyo. That's right. Which is not true.
Okay. Doc, balikan ko lang yung braces. Kasi
Yes,
I had a
sure.
classmate na nagka-brace. Totoo ba dapat talagang 23 hours siya nakasuot na yan? And anong naitutulong nun, Doc?
So, sa totoo lang talaga, ayaw namin sabihin to pero it's advisable 23 hours, meaning may 1 hour break ka.
Para maligo.
Para maligot kumain. But based on the brace study again, no, 18 hours is the minimum.
Okay.
I don't wanna go lower. Some surgeons will say 13 hours. But sa akin kasi, I always tell the patient as much as possible, kung pwede, 23 hours, why not? No? Pero the studies show na 18 hours, successful pa din yung brace treatment. So enough, you can take the brace off to take a bath, to play some sports or to exercise.
So even
yun ang
pag tulog,
allowed
Doc,
dyan.
suot
Pwedeng
nila yung
tanggalin.
brace.
Tulog kailangan suot talaga.
Okay.
Oo.
Short lang, Doc. Ano nagagawa ng brace?
So the braces kasi, so isipin mo yung, the braces for patients who are still growing, na tumatangkad pa.
Bata.
So gusto mong i-guide yung pagtangkad nila na as straight as possible. Kasi parang yung halaman di ba? Kung halaman
Lalagyan mo siya
nakaganyang
ng...
pang-tukod. Tama?
tukod.
No, so yung halaman naka-curve ng ganyan. So habang lalaki at papuntang puno, it's gonna follow the curve. So the brace is helping the spine, guide the spine to grow.
Properly.
So may konting correction at the same time. It prevents it from curving even more.
Alright. Okay. Thank you, Doc Bruce, for sharing with us your expertise. You have any words for our viewers?
So siguro be more mindful, yung awareness lang, no? That's what we're trying to promote. So siguro check your kids, no? Make them bend forward. If there's a little bit of a tilt, siguro you can bring them for x-ray. Don't be scared. Like Dr. Rai was saying earlier, the stigma. X-ray,
Earlier.
it's better we detect it earlier so we can prevent any having to manage even more difficult cases like this one. So,
Yun, Dok, tama ba? Para maiwasan na maoperahan sila.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
all
right.
The earlier, the better.
Okay.
The earlier, the better.
All right. Once again, thank you, Doc Bruce. We hope to see you again next time. Stay tuned. We'll be back in a few. Keep it here on Wellness is Wealth.
Wellness is wealth. That's the richest thing. I can hold myself. Wellness is wealth. That's the richest thing. I can hold myself.
Oo, kasama na rin yun.
Okay. While modern medicine addresses the body and mind, some turn to holistic practices that aim to support the spirit and energy. Energy healing or energy medicine is a branch of alternative medicine that uses energy to restore balance. In this edition of Holistic Options, the Billionaire News team sat down with aura healer Joseph Velasquez as we explore one type of energy healing, aura alignment.
Human beings are fundamentally energy beings. From physics standpoint, the human body is made up of atoms which are held together by fundamental forces that involve energy. In ancient Eastern philosophies, a human energy field is known as biofield or an aura. So what exactly is an aura? An invisible emanation? A color? Aura healer Joseph Velasquez shed some light about this kind of energy.
An aura is actually your energy, your biofield. Each living thing has its own aura. So every one of us, even animals, plants, they all have aura. Even the spaces have aura, or what we call energy. Aura has colors, has density, right? And some people would be able to see it, some people would be able to feel it. It has a different meaning for each person, right? So for example, blue might be calm, green is actually love, right? Yellow is some sort of an excitement. So each color would correspond to certain emotions.
Some believe that disruptions in this energy may cause energy to misalign and affect a person's emotional, mental, and spiritual well-being. Although a scientific consensus has yet to be reached, practitioners like Joseph say that the more you understand energy, the more you're able to realign and heal it.
Aura healing is actually, or aura alignment is actually balancing your energy.
At the core of aura healing is the concept of chakras. Derived from a Sanskrit word meaning wheel or circle, the human energy system is believed to have 7 main chakra points running vertically through the spine.
So we have energy centers within our body, which is what you call the chakras. We have the 7 chakras, and each chakra has its own energy level. Well, aura alignment is actually trying to understand first what is your body composition or your energy composition is. Some people have low energy on some parts and high energy on some parts.
According to Joseph, aura alignment seeks to restore balance and harmony and remove negative energy blockages through meditation, gentle energy work, and intentional healing techniques, only with the consent of the participant.
Actually, I'm going to do cleansing. I will cleanse your aura.
How do you cleanse?
There's a technique. It's called scraping or combing, wherein I would remove all of your negative energy.
The Billionaire News team decided to experience aura alignment with Joseph firsthand, and the results were quite surprising. After an initial diagnosis, B&C crew members reported feeling sensations such as warmth, tingling, and subtle movements of air or energy during the session. Here is a peek of our cameraman Jovel Tulyao's aura alignment session.
It's very, very, very accurate. Siguro kung lalagpas sa 100, it's 110%. Okay. Tapos lalo na nung kanina po, nung sinabi niyo po sa throat chakra, naramdaman ko kanina yung na may parang, although hindi niyo po hinahawakan, naramdaman ko may energy talaga na pumapasok po eh. Hindi siya mabigat, pero at the same time, hindi siya masakit. Pero ramdam mo talaga na meron dito.
Joseph says aligning auras can bring about contrasting reactions, from astonishment to a sense of calm, lightness, and peace. Experiences commonly described by his students.
Well, number one, they're surprised about the aura alignment when they undergo it, right? They are, because there's lightness.
Whatever unseen forces were at play, it's certainly something that you have to experience yourself.
Now, here are the top health stories we are following today. A month-long campaign to clear the air. June marks the official start of the No Smoking Month in the Philippines, which coincides with the World No Tobacco Day. In the continued fight against nicotine addiction and now vaping.
Unmasking the Appeal. Ito ang tema ng kampanya kontra paninigarilyo ngayong taon sa paggunita ng World Tobacco Day at paglulunsad ng No Smoking Month. Pinaigting ng Department of Health and Anti-Smoking Advocates ang kampanya dahil 90,000 Filipinos die annually from tobacco-related diseases. Ito ay lung cancer, iba't ibang uri ng cancer, iba pang sakit sa baga, pati na sakit sa puso. Focus ng kampanya ang ilantad ang mapanlinlang na tactics ng mga tobacco at nicotine product companies para inganyohin ang kabataan sa masamang bisyong ito. Lalo pang pinaigting ang kampanya laban sa vape dahil sa vaping lumilipat ang mga taong dating naninigarilyo at dumarami ang kabataang gumagamit ng vape kahit hindi naman dating smokers. Ginagawang pangporma o status symbol ang pag-vape.
Each component po ng vaping has different side effects. Ang nakikita natin madalas sa mga pasyente is biglang nahihirapan huminga, may pananakip ng dibdib, and in some cases, nagkakaroon po ng pagsuka po ng dugo or pag sa ubo po ay nagkakaroon po ng dugo sa panlalabas na nadudura po nila. Tapos pag minsan din naman po, nagkakaroon din ng parang may cardiac symptoms ang nangyayari po sa mga iba't ibang klaseng mga pasyente po natin.
Natukoy na mga eksperto ang mga addicting components ng vape gaya ng ketamine, hydrocannabinol na ikinukubli sa makukulay at masasarap na flavors ng vape. May tinatawag na e-valley o e-cigarette or vaping product use associated lung injury.
With smoking po kasi, matagal na po kasi siyang napag-aralan. And of course, mas alam natin yung mga associated complications, the risk associated with smoking. When it comes to vaping, these are still new. And tama nga po yung sinabi nyo na yung symptoms po ng smoking and sometimes in vaping are very, very similar. Scenario. In 2025, I think in PGH, one of them is really a heavy vape user and ang nangyari po which led to a cardiac fatality. So mukhang nagka-heart attack.
Kaya hinihikayat na maeksperto ang pagtigil na sa paggamit ng tobacco and nicotine products gaya ng sigarilyo at vape at ikonsulta agad sa eksperto ang mga nararamdamang sintomas gaya ng hirap sa paghinga. Sa Pilipinas may quick hotline na 165-364 or toll-free hotline 1558 na bahagi ng smoking cessation program ng Health Department. Mga professionals ang sumasagot sa mga numerong ito na tutulong para mapatigil ang urge na manigarilyo o mag-vape.
Quality sleep is essential for our survival as food and water. This is according to the National Institutes of Health, but how much sleep is optimum? A new research suggests that getting either too much or too little sleep, particularly in the mid and later life, is associated with faster aging or almost all organ system in the body. The study suggests that between 6.4 to 7.8 hours of sleep at night is associated with healthy aging, lower disease risk, and enhanced longevity. Any more or any less was associated with an increased risk of disease and mortality. This research was published in Nature, a multidisciplinary science journal. Other researchers say the body cells and deep tissue are repairing when we are asleep from 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. and it is also when the brain waste clearance peak. In life and in health, there are two kinds of obstacles. The first one is what we're born with. The second is rooted in the daily choices that we make. While innovation and technology give us a sense of control over our health, it is important to remember that some things are out of our hands.
But going straight in our health journey means really just living well. It can minimize, if not straighten, the curves, the twists and turns, disrupt the disruptions, so you can live a healthy and wealthy life.
We'll see you next week here on Billionaire News Channel.
Wellness is wealth.